It was here in this driveway that Joshua was shot. They will then be scheduled to appear here on December 16th for the trial. They help save endangered species like this gopher tortoise and take in up to 1,500 animals a year. Millions of people are dropping, covering, and holding on. I'm Kiersten Voorhees. We'll tell you about the U.S. Great Central Shakeout
coming up on News 25.
I'm Kiersten Voorhees. Coming up on News 25, an explosion and fire at the Chevron Pascagoula refinery kills one employee and injures another. We have the details.
I just heard a loud explosion go boom. When I went outside, it was like the sky lit up like it was daylight.
The explosion happened around 2 a.m. on Friday. The Chevron Pascagoula refinery had a fire at a furnace in the Cracking 2 area.
The walls in the house did vibrate a little, and it did scare us because I do have a few friends that work at Chevron overnight crew, so I was really concerned about what had happened.
During the incident, one Chevron employee was killed, Tanya Grotti. Tanya has been an operator at the refinery for 5 years. Her co-workers called her Tony.
This refinery is it's a big refinery. We've got over 1,500 employees, and that may sound like a lot of people, but it's a family.
This marks the 5th fatality that the Pascagoula refinery has had in its 50 years of operation.
Very, very unfortunate event. Our hearts and prayers go out to the entire family, and just a very, very difficult time for us.
The explosion happened on the day before the refinery was set to celebrate its 50th anniversary. In light of the tragic event, all anniversary events have been canceled for the weekend. In Pascagoula, Kiersten Voorhees, News 25. It's every school administrator's nightmare. Their school under attack by a gunman. From the outside of Waveland Elementary, it looked like a normal Friday. But inside, a terrifying scenario was unfolding. An active shooter exercise started with a 911 call. Law enforcement entered the building as if a shooter were inside. Streets around the school were blocked off and children were inside screaming for help, some pretending to be wounded, others acting scared.
This would be the most horrible thing that could happen in a community or in a school district, but at the same time we need to be prepared.
Responders cleared each classroom, searching the school for the gunman. Responders even had to deal with things like frantic parents.
If that were to really happen, I'd feel really scared about that because I wouldn't want anybody to shoot me.
The children were given instructions to act out certain wounds.
I got a chest wound, chest wound.
Everyone knew that this drill was coming, but to add an element of surprise, no one knew exactly when it was going to happen. David Allen, Chief of Police here in Waveland, has 2 children that go to elementary here, and he says it's always good to be prepared.
You don't know where a situation like this might happen. Shootings are becoming more and more common.
After finding and arresting the gunman, wounded children were taken to ambulances and driven to the hospital. For Duncan and Jane, the Veterans Day Parade and program in Jackson County is a little more special. It's been 5 years since their son, Major Michael Green, died in battle.
You would think it gets a little bit easier, but when you lose someone in a tragic experience, it never gets very much easier.
Their son, along with 4 others, were recognized as fallen soldiers, with the names read and the families being asked to stand.
We learn to live with it, but the memories are still there.
At the Veterans Memorial Monument here in Moss Point, there are names carved into the wall who have died. Here is Major Michael Lee Green's name, reminding all that freedom isn't free.
It's heartbreaking, you know. I just get all upset sometimes.
Today, Cecil Stork is celebrating his 94th birthday. And while he celebrates his own life, he pays tribute to those that have served.
It's good to see all the other veterans out here too, you know, and everybody that's participating.
A POW and MIA ceremony was performed, and a military gun salute.
Aim, fire!
This is the 13th year that Jackson County has given this touching tribute. In Moss Point, Kiersten Voorhees, News 25.